Right, let's see what's going on here. So the Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, victory through clarity and the truth, right? Now, the implication is always that something difficult's happened when the Ace of Swords shows up, because the cycle runs from the Ace to the 10. So we've just gotten over the 10 and we're starting again. And the 10 of Swords is where that person's in the dirt with 10 swords in their back. Now, it may have been that some, kind of ugly conversation or confrontations taking place. I don't know why I'm getting that quite strongly, but it is coming through like that. But you've got your truth. You're going forward with your truth. Now, what your truth has led to, and whatever that is, right? This could be a new way of thinking, a new way of communicating. And I kind of talk about this in the outro a little bit. But swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, and how we communicate them. So it's a fresh start for all of that. It might be that you've just started communicating with someone again, maybe, or, even if it's the first time, but you're doing things differently. You're not doing it the way you've always done it. Why do I say that? Because we have the 7 of Pentacles coming up at the heart of your reading. This is something that you've put a lot of time and effort into, and yeah, you've started to see some rewards or some returns on whatever you've put in. But this week feels like you're looking at it and thinking, hang on a second, is this what when I started off, is this what I wanted? And is it happening fast enough? Like, it's reevaluating what's coming back at you, because you have invested time and energy into something. This is that gardener card for me. You've planted the seeds, you've watered them, you've made sure they've got enough light and pulled out the weeds and stuff. And now the fruit is starting to bear fruit, but is it the right fruit? Did you want oranges and you're getting apples? It's that kind of energy. So you're looking at it and thinking, is that what I wanted? And I'm really, really getting the essence of that. You've taken control of a situation. You've determinedly gone forward in a situation. You're going forward with your truth, but there's new understanding that's coming in. We have the Emperor coming in as the past energy or the foundation. This can be last week, last month, last year. Remember that. The Emperor, he takes charge. He decides what's going to happen. He has to run a kingdom. Or an empire. He's not going to consult every single person and say, well, do you think I should do this? No, he just decides. That's why it's my way or the highway. Now, you may have dealt with someone like this, and maybe that's the situation. That this could be a boss, right? Father figure, someone who's very stubborn and not willing to see things in a different way. Now, it's general reading. Energies can go both ways, right? But what I'm getting is a couple of stories. So it's just from the top row. So immediately what comes up here is maybe someone was too stubborn in the past. They wouldn't look at things in a different way. They weren't willing to compromise. May have been an Aries. This is the energy for Aries. But that's changed because there's a new truth coming in this week. New understanding. Maybe someone is now willing to see things from a different point of view where they weren't before. Why is that? Because whoever this person was that was being stubborn, and yeah, Scorpio, it might have been you, but whoever was not seeing things in a different way, doing things where they've always done it, they're starting to see the results of that behavior. This might have been going on for a while now, but this is undeniable, whatever's coming in. And so it's like, do I want more of this? If I keep doing what I did, I'm going to keep getting what I got. That's why it's so important to look at, what are you getting? What are you getting? I get the sense that there's going to be a pause of some kind. And I don't think it's happening to you. I think it's something that you decide to do. It's there available to you. And that's for those of you that think you can't stop now. I've put too much into this. That's the reassurance that's coming, that you can pause. If you want to pause for a moment and reevaluate, you can. It's fine. But what happens here? I have 2 cards of a change in your perspective coming in. That's the Hanged Man, and that is the Ace of Swords. There's a total flip going on the way that you've looked at something, thought about something. You might have, sometimes with the Emperor, we can see him in 2 different ways, right? If we've got an Emperor in our lives, sometimes, think about it. It's the difference between like an overbearing father who doesn't let you do anything because he's trying to keep you safe. And it's like, well, how the hell am I supposed to learn or grow or get anything done? Or someone who takes care of you because he's very good at taking care of people, the Emperor. It's that kind, nurturing. That's more the Empress, yes. But he still takes care of his empire. He's going to make sure everyone's fed and everyone has, whatever they need. But there's a flip, there's a change coming in. And that's the main energy here. Now, it's not coming in from a negative place. It's coming in from your heart's desire, because we have the 9 of Cups coming up in the present. Now, for some of you, that's why this is here, right? You wanted something, you put effort into it. Now that you're starting to see results, it's like, I don't even think I wanted this. This wasn't what I wanted. But you do know what you want here. And it's got the Ace of Swords sat above it. So this is that truth. This is undeniable truth. This is your sort of truth. Who can argue with that? And somebody might, this is when Seven of Pentacles comes up. People can say, well, it's, if you have patience, you might grow to like it, or it'll come in, you'll get everything that you want if you just hang in there a little while. Some of you decide to. Some of you decide to wait a little while. But is it an easy decision? I don't think so. There is a power play or a power struggle here, and it may just be internal. I mean, trust me, I'm a fixed sign as well. I totally get that. It's difficult once you get on, you set yourself that course of action, I'm going to go down this path, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's at work, whatever it is, a business, right? You've put in so much time and effort and money even, you've invested so much. It takes a lot to be able to say, well, this is not what I wanted. I want something else. But whatever it is, whether you still want that, because some of you are going to look at this and think, you know what, it's fine. I'm getting back, all right, small returns now, it's going to grow into something bigger. Or I'll get more, or we're moving in the right direction as a couple, or yes, this job will turn into something more. Some of you will get that with the Nine of Cups. But that's the great news of the Nine of Cups with this wish card coming up here, that you will know what it is that you wish for. And more than ever, with that Ace of Swords raised, you're ready to go fight for it. You're ready to go have it. And you may even find a different way of doing it, of tweaking this. I sometimes see this as that we tweak something, right? Then think, well, okay, maybe I can get quicker results or faster results if I do X, Y, and Z. But I love the Nine of Cups. That is the wish card. And the thing is, if things have been kind of scarce, this is that more than enough. This might be deciding that, well, actually, you know what? This is enough to get by on right now. I don't know. Think about it money-wise. I might ideally want, 5,000 a month, but I only need like 600 or something to be able to pay my bills. And you're like, well, I have that, so I can wait a little bit longer. I'm just giving an example of, it's that kind of energy to allow you to go forward. Now, the Hanged Man comes in here as a future energy, and this is about surrender. This might also be sacrifice. That's what I mean. It's going to play out differently for everyone, because for some people, the sacrifice part of this might be, well, I don't care if I'm getting that back. I don't want it. I want this. For others of you, it's going to be, I'm okay. I will surrender to this. I'm going to keep going with this. Because the Seven of Pentacles does say sustained effort will bring you the results hoped for. Now, I don't think you guys are the problem here, because I feel like with the Nine of Cups coming up, you know what your heart's desire is. Ace of Swords coming up, you know what your truth is. But this kind of may indicate another change in your perspective. But, it's not coming in from you. There's a Five of Wands coming up here. This can be other people. And they're usually well-intentioned. But it's almost like they make it difficult for us. Do you know, like when your friends and family say, I don't know if you should do that. I don't think you should give up your work here. Don't give up. Don't go into business. And the thing is, they mean well. They're trying to keep us safe and they're afraid for us, right? It may even be a father figure who's doing that, right? Who's giving you that advice. But whenever someone tells you, oh, you shouldn't do that, or, how can you do this? Maybe you shouldn't do that. What they're actually telling you is what their own limitations are. I might say to you, Scorpio, like, don't give up your job. Don't give up your job. Don't get into that business. Stay with your job at the moment. But what I'm telling you by making that statement is, I'd be afraid to give up my job. I don't have it in me to start my own business. You know your own truth. This is formidable. Like, forget all of this stuff. You have a sort of truth. You know what your wish is. You can go forward with this truth. Yeah, that's fabulous. You guys know. But it kind of feels like there are other people here. Because yes, this can be internal conflict, but how can there be internal conflict when you're figuring out what your truth is? Now, for some of you, if this is, and I think that's not going to be for many of you, but if you have internal conflict, it's going to be about whether to stay or how much more effort to put into the situation. That's what it is. How much more do you have in you to give to this? Does it resonate even a little bit with this wish? Does it resonate with your truth? And maybe that's why you take a moment with the Hanged Man and think, let me just see. I'll give it another month. And that can apply to anything, your job, a relationship, the business, whatever it is. But there is understanding coming in. And I'll be completely honest with you. When I see this kind of energy coming up here, I think it's going to just be confirmation of what you know now. And sometimes we need that confirmation. It's fine. There are never any guarantees in life. But sometimes it feels like too big of a risk, especially when you have people like this around you who keep telling you, well, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe this, that, and the other. Yeah. Okay. So they're not, whatever it is, everything happens for a reason, right? Whatever this is, it does get you to pause. It does get you to pause and to look. And it is, I'm not saying, because you guys don't come across as a sign that's going to listen to what other people have to say, but you're also not arrogant, right? If there's transformation, there's change going on, it suits you, or it kind of benefits you. That's the word, benefits you, to have a look at what's coming out of this. This is the review. This is looking back over things, figuring out, what have I done? And even this is looking back. What have I put into this? What's coming out of this? It's okay to take a moment, Scorpio. It really and truly is okay to take a moment. Let's just get one more. Yeah. This is about, once you know what you love, once you're fully committed to your wish, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. But it's about addressing this, addressing this. You can struggle on, but what if you're doubting yourself every moment of the way, right? It can be about a relationship for some of you, but the Lovers is about, what do you love? It's closing the distance between yourself and what you love. It just kind of feels like there's a bit of resistance, or in how your truth and your wish play out here. Right, let's get you some oracle cards and expand on this. It's such an interesting reading, Scorpio. You guys have to let me know, because I think this is going to play out in so many different ways, because, there's a kind of sense here where you have your truth and you have your wish that I should be off and running. I should be off and running, but you can't for whatever reason. And it's fine. It's fine. It's your choice. No one's making you do this. Even this, they can't stop you. That's usually petty. And the control factors, maybe a new boss is in place now and you're trying to figure out how that works with your plans. Or it could be that you're wrapping up of this. If you've got a business partner and you don't want to do that anymore, you have to wrap that up. If you're in a relationship and you don't want to do that anymore, you need to wrap that up with them. Like, figure out, you might be sharing a house, you might have children, that kind of thing. See? Someone takes a pause, a chip, rest. I kind of keep getting that. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. And it's like, please don't feel guilty about it, because as I keep saying with the Seven of Pentacles, you have put in so much. Maybe that's it. Maybe you put in so much effort into something. You're like, I can't do this. I need a break. And that's where the little kind of voices come in and say, no, are you giving up? Don't you care? Or doesn't this mean anything to you? And it's like, yeah, but I can't do any more at the moment. Yeah, chop wood. So we have chop wood, and chop wood, someone says, that's what we have to do sometimes. Chop the wood, sweep the floors, wash just the little things to keep going. This doesn't feel like the week for a big external change. And sometimes the answers that we seek, they do come to us when we're doing the kind of day-to-day stuff. Don't let anyone kind of force you to do anything. And, good luck to them. They try. But it's still not nice to have to deal with them, right? It's still not nice to have to deal with this and tell them to back up. So maybe that's why you just take a step back. And I know the Four of Swords or the Hermit hasn't come up, but there is that kind of energy here, where there's been this kind of massive internal shift that's gone on, where a brand new way of thinking, think about it, a whole new wish is coming in, but it's been comfortable. And this might be friends and family who, they've gotten used to you being that way. Maybe they've benefited from you having that high-flying job. Maybe your partner's been good and you've been kind of doing most of the grunt work in the relationship. And it's fine. You're not unhappy, but you need a break as well, right? So it's like, take care of the day-to-day. Have a break if you need it. Massive energies here. Like, look at the major arcana energies. Not to be kind of just totally drained by the time you get there. Right, let's see. It says, dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people, but then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. That could be competition as well. It's easy to think a person is happier just because, Right. It's easy to think a person is happier just because the outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self and see how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. And that might be what the Five of Wands is. That, you know, it's a bit of that kind of rat race energy that I have to kind of do this, keep doing this. But you're kind of okay with where you are and you want to take your time to do it. For some of you, it's going to be that. For some of you, it is going to be that. But it's just don't let anyone fall, whether it's competition with someone, thinking that, well, if I don't do this, if I don't fulfill these orders by this time, that person's going to get my business or whatever. If you need to take a break, if you need to take a moment, trust me, you can accelerate ahead. You know, after that, it doesn't matter. But if you need it, take it. If you want to just not concentrate on big, massive changes, because there's a big internal shift that's taken place. I know that with Judgment. And it's to do with what you love. You now know that. The Nine of Cups tells us that. But yeah, like I said, please tell me how this works out, because it's a kind of strange, mysterious kind of energy. It's not specifically showing where this would apply. And I think that's because it's going to be different areas for all of you, right?